Welcome, Hayfield Class of 2021 students and parents to Flying the Nest, College and Career Planning. First of all, congratulations. This is your senior year. I know the last few months, this fall and the upcoming months have been unlike none have seen, but I do hope you take some time to safely celebrate being a senior and this special time as you start to plan for life after high school. This video covers a wide range of topics to include graduation requirements, applying to colleges, how to request a transcript, and how to apply for scholarships, and much more. Timestamps for individual topics are included in the description box below, so you can pick which sections are most helpful to you. For more information, review your Class of 2021 Senior Packet, which is found in the Schoology Student All course under the Class of 2021 folder, as well as the Hayfield Career Center webpage. Finally, Hawks, your flight path belongs to you. Your teachers, counselors, and the Hayfield family are here for you as you prepare for takeoff. It is our joy and our honor to watch you spread your wings and take flight. Go Hawks!
You all are exactly what we need right now, and for the years and decades to come. You're learning so much so quickly, and I know that not only can you do better than those who came before you, you will.
Class of 2021, welcome to your senior year. This is a presentation from your counselors to share what you need to know about making your decisions and goals for what to do when you graduate this year. There's a lot of info here, and you can always come back to individual sections of this video to repeat anything as a refresher. We are here to help you every step of the way, whether that's chatting because you're not sure what to do or helping with your college application. No matter what you choose, we support you. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all that is to come.
Okay, I'll do it if I can. Wait a second! I'm brave! I'm strong! God made me strong! I'm gonna jump in this water right now, watch the ball! Okay, I'll do it right now.
Graduation requirements. To graduate with a standard diploma, a student must earn at least 22 standard units of credit by successfully completing required and elective courses. To graduate with an advanced studies diploma, students must earn at least 26 standard units of credit by successfully completing required and elective courses. Additional credits in math, science, and world language are required for the advanced studies diploma. Please speak with your student school counselor for more detailed information about each diploma type.
Graduation Notification Agreement. Understanding the graduation requirements from the previous section is critical for the Graduation Notification Agreement. Individual senior meetings will begin the week of September 21st, 2020 during your government or senior year social studies class. During this time, you will have an opportunity to connect with your school counselor to briefly discuss post-secondary options and required forms if you are pursuing a 2-year or 4-year college. During the meeting, you will receive a digital copy of your unofficial high school transcript and the graduation notification agreement. School counselors will review with you your documents. indicating which courses you must successfully complete in order to graduate with a high school diploma. For some, you will find courses listed that are required in order to earn an advanced diploma. If you or your family have any questions regarding the agreement, please do not hesitate to email your counselor. People to know. The people you need to know this school year include your school counselor. Mrs. Alvis is your counselor if your last name starts with A through BE. Mrs. Rodriguez-Lee is your counselor if your last name starts with BF through DAN. Mr. Williams if your last name starts with DAO through GR. Ms. Thomas if your last name starts with GU through KI. Mr. Matthews if your last name starts with KJ through MN. Mr. Fernandez is your counselor if your last name starts with MOO through Q. Mr. Hong if your last name starts with R through S. And Mr. Gilmore if your last name starts with T through Z. Additionally, Mrs. Amy Ferguson, our college and career specialist, and Mrs. Young, our high school transcript records office specialist. If you need to reach any of these individuals, please look in your student packet for contact information.
What are your post-high school options? If you're interested in the military, you would have the option of enlisting into the armed services, Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines. You could join ROTC at the college you plan to attend. You could also have the option of applying to one of the military academies, such as West Point, Air Force Academy, or the Naval Academy. Please be sure to check the current application deadlines for these academies. Check now before the deadlines pass. One area that might help you along in your pursuit of a career in the military would be to take the ASVAB, which is the entrance exam for the military. It is normally offered once in the fall, usually November, and once in the spring, usually in April. Apprenticeships. This is a viable option if you enjoy working with your hands and earning a competitive salary while you receive on-the-job and classroom training. Trade and professional technical schools. This is another great option. Just be aware, most trade and professional technical schools are costly, and you can achieve the same degree or credential at the community college for a quarter or third of the cost. You will also have the option of taking a gap year. This is where instead of attending college, you take a year off to study abroad, volunteer time with operations like the AmeriCorps, or get some much-needed individual growth time exploring the world. If you have applied and been accepted, you will be able to attend a 4-year college in pursuit of a bachelor's degree. 2-year colleges, also known as community colleges. This is one way to begin your quest towards attaining your bachelor's degree, but at a greatly reduced cost.
There's a lot of uncertainty out there in the world right now, and you may be feeling uncertain about what to do or how you define yourself. But as Michelle Obama put it in her commencement speech to the class of 2020, I hope that what you're going through right now can be your wake-up call, that it pushes you not just to think about what kind of career you want to build, but what kind of person you want to be. There are tools out there to help you explore these questions, and we have tips for applying to the right college that fits you. We want you to feel confident in your choice and supported along the way. Let's talk about college for a moment. College is a great choice for some of you. You should be asking yourself, how close to home do I want to be? What kinds of things do I want to do at college other than going to class? Based on my high school grades, what colleges are within my reach? And how much can I or my family afford to pay for college? Answering these questions may help you narrow down your search. In the next few minutes, we are going to talk more about the process for applying to college, so get comfortable.
Applying to college. There are many types of college applications. In order to find out which one your college uses, check their admissions website for more information. The most common application used is called the Common Application. There are over 900 colleges and universities that use this application. The Coalition Application is another one that you might see. It's a much smaller group of universities, and only one of these universities, University of Washington, accepts the Coalition Application exclusively. Everyone else on the list will also accept other types of applications. One many students don't know about is the Common Black College Application. For $20, you can apply to 56 HBCUs. And then, of course, colleges often have their own application. It's not shared with any other colleges, it's just theirs. Types of application deadlines. Students often get confused by what the different application deadlines mean. What's the difference between early action and early decision? Early action is a way for a student to apply to a university early and get their admission decision early without having to commit to that particular college. So you could apply to 5 or 10 colleges early action. Early decision means that you have decided this is the one and only college for you. If you apply early decision and you are admitted, you are promising the college that you will withdraw all of your other college applications and commit to attending that university. Do not do early decision unless you know that's the university for you and you know you have the financial resources to pay for it. Regular decision is usually a later deadline, usually in January, maybe sometimes February. Regular decisions usually come out around April timeframe, and those again are not binding decisions. Some students might use regular decision if maybe their junior year was bumpy, but they feel like they will have a strong senior year. Those students might want to wait for regular decision so that there will be some senior grades on the transcript that they submit. Lastly, some colleges use what's called rolling deadlines. That means there's no one set date for their application deadline, but rather they take applications as they come in. Do be aware that if you are waiting to submit a rolling application until late spring, there could be less housing available and even less financial aid available. So talk to the college with the rolling deadline to find out your best months to submit that application.
Applying to college, where to find required forms. Silver forms are required of seniors who are applying to colleges and universities. To access the required forms, seniors will need to log into their Schoology account, lms.fcps.edu. Once logged into Schoology, click on the Courses tab in the top left corner. A drop-down will appear with several options. Click on the All Students Hayfield High School course. Once in the course, there will be several folders. Click on the Class of 2021 Information folder. Once in the Class of 2021 Information folder, there is another folder called Senior Forms for College Applications. To access the required forms, you can 1. Click on the Senior Forms for College Applications folder, or 2. Click the arrow next to the course to create a drop-down of the files. You should now see all the required forms: the Student Information Form, Transcript Request Form, and the Consent for Release Form. Senior forms can also be accessed in your school counselor's Schoology course and on the Hayfield Student Services website at hayfieldss.fcps.edu/node/21 2083.
College admissions testing. In previous years, seniors would also be submitting their SAT scores and/or their ACT scores as part of their admissions application. This year, because the pandemic has affected much of the SAT and ACT testing, hundreds of colleges in the United States have gone either test blind or test optional, meaning students can choose whether to submit their test score. One place to look for a centralized list of colleges is fairtest.org. Once you find your college listed on fairtest.org, I highly recommend that you also go to the college's admissions website to make sure that you understand their test blind or test optional policies. As of the time of this recording, in early September of 2020, fall SAT and ACT dates are still on in Fairfax County. However, please make sure to continue to check your email. If any test dates are canceled, those will be communicated directly by SAT and/or ACT to your email address you used when you registered. If you find that all of your colleges are test optional or test blind, please also confirm with admissions that they are not using testing for their scholarship selection process. And finally, if you have any questions about whether to submit scores that you may or may not have, please talk to your counselor.
How to request an official transcript. An official transcript is a transcript sent directly from Hayfield to whomever you designate to receive it. For example, the college or university you're applying to, a scholarship committee, or an apprenticeship program. There are several forms which must be completed in order for your official transcript to be sent. All of the forms are located in the Class of 2021 information folder in Schoology. The first form that will need to be completed is the FCPS consent for release of student records. This form must be signed by both the student and parent or guardian if the student is under 18. This form authorizes Fairfax County Public Schools to release student records and related information to support student applications to colleges, universities, scholarships, employers, or other similar organizations. Please note that this form only needs to be signed once. Additionally, we cannot send any official documents on your behalf, including your transcript, until this form is signed and returned. The second form that is required is the Hayfield Transcript Request Form. It must also be signed by the student and parent or guardian if the student is under 18. Students will list all of the colleges or universities that they are applying to. Please read through all of the directions on this form and complete it thoroughly. Directions and a link to request a counselor letter of recommendation if required is on this form. The next form that will need to be completed is the secondary school report. This is the one form that is not located in Schoology. This form will be completed during your one-on-one senior meeting with your counselor. Transcript fees. The first 3 transcripts are free. Additional copies are $5 per transcript. Payment is accepted by My School Bucks under the Transcript tab. If you are a student who has been approved for free or reduced lunch, please contact your counselor. Lastly, all forms must be submitted to your counselor from your FCPS email account.
Seniors are required to fill out a student information form and officially request a letter from their counselor during a virtual meeting or via email at least 4 weeks before the college application or scholarship deadline. Hayfield senior parents are invited to share additional information about their student to help school counselors write a college or scholarship recommendation letter. This parent questionnaire is optional. Please note, anything that you include in your responses may be disclosed in the counselor letter of recommendation. Please let the counselor know if anything should not be included. These two forms can be found in Schoology's All Students courses. Then go to the Class of 2021 information. Then continue to Senior Forms for college applications and go to either the Student Information Form link or the optional Parent Questionnaire for Counselor Recommendation Letters link.
Letters of recommendation from people other than your school counselor. Make sure that you're following the college's direction on the amount of letters and which type of letters your college wants. Some colleges only want 1, some want 3, some say they're optional, and some colleges, like Virginia Tech, do not accept recommendation letters at all. Make sure that you give your teacher plenty of time, at least 4 weeks prior to your college's application deadline, to write you a solid recommendation letter. The best way to ask your teacher is either in writing or perhaps by video chat. The teacher may ask you for a resume, or they may have a Google form or some other way to make sure that they're capturing all of the information you would like them to address in their letter. If you are applying to a college using the Common App, there is a section of the Common App where you will invite recommender, and that is where you will add the teacher to your Common App. The Common App has some great help videos that show you exactly how to walk through those steps. And last but not least, remember to thank your recommender and keep them posted on what happens with your application.
Once all documents have been received by your school counselor, then what? If you are applying by Common App, counselors will complete and upload letter of recommendations and all required documents for those specific schools. For example, secondary school report, official transcripts, etc. In addition to completing the student information form and emailing your counselor to write a letter, be sure to invite your counselor, if needed, to write a recommendation letter from your Common App account. Double check who the colleges need letters from before inviting your counselor. Also, be sure to consult with your counselor whether you are eligible for a fee waiver or not. If you are, then mark accordingly in Common App. Again, counselors will handle the rest of the required forms. Your goal will be to complete your application in a timely fashion. If you are applying by coalition or via the college website, Mrs. Young from the transcript office will upload or mail your official transcript, secondary school report, which you will have completed with your counselor during individual meetings, a fee waiver if eligible, a school profile, and the counselor letter of recommendation. Your goal will be to complete your application in a timely fashion. If counselors require anything further or have any questions, they will reach out to you directly, and vice versa. If you have any questions, email your counselor. Lastly, please check your email often. This is going to be the primary method of communication throughout your application process.
Every fall, Hayfield hosts college admissions representatives who come to talk to our students about the advantages of attending their university. This year, we're proud to present virtual college visits. We will be teaming up with our neighbors at some of the surrounding high schools and presenting virtual college visits. Most of these visits will take place on Mondays when we don't have scheduled class. Others might happen after school. The quickest way to find out who's coming is to go to tinyurl.com/Hayfield College Visits. This Google document is in fcpsschools.net Google Drive, so you'll need to make sure you're logged in to that account in order to view the list. There are direct links to each meeting on the spreadsheet. You do not need to sign up in advance. Simply click on the meeting link a few minutes prior to the start time. After the session is over, I will list the name and email address of the admissions representative we spoke with in case you have further questions. Please remember not to use your fcpsschools.net email address for any correspondence with colleges because you will not be able to get any emails back from them. Their domains are blocked from fcpsschools.net email. These college presentations are meant strictly for students. Parents are welcome to attend college's regular programming, but we want to make sure that these visits are a time when students feel comfortable asking the questions that are most important to them. Northern Virginia Community College, or NOVA, offers many opportunities for Hayfield Hawks. Some students might start out at NOVA with their plan to transfer to a four-year college. NOVA offers the first 2 years of what we would call general education classes to give you the first half of a four-year college degree. Students might decide to start at NOVA for this reason, to save money because NOVA's tuition is significantly cheaper than four-year colleges. Other students may not have performed as well as they would like to in high school and want to establish a new set of credentials on their transcript before applying to a four-year college. NOVA also has options for students who don't want to attend a four-year college, but who would like a shorter degree program that gives them specific certifications to use in the workforce directly. Our students who are planning on transferring to a four-year college would look at their Associate of Arts or Associate of Science programs. Students who are looking to go straight into the workforce after graduating from NOVA would want to look at their Applied Arts and Applied Science associate degrees. NOVA also has career certificates. Some of these are only 1 or 2 semesters. And then through their continuing education programs, they also offer special certifications. A new program that NOVA is offering is called the Advanced Program. This is a program they are doing jointly with George Mason University. You will basically be enrolled as both a George Mason student and a NOVA student at the same time. Your first 2 years of college, you would be working on your classes at NOVA, and then your last 2 years of college, you would be taking classes at George Mason. But because you are co-enrolled at both colleges simultaneously, when you're taking classes at NOVA, you can use your George Mason ID to use their library or avail yourself of the opportunities on George Mason's campus. You will have a success coach that will work with you through all 4 years of your degree. NOVA's Pathway to the Baccalaureate program is a perfect program for students who know they plan to get a 2-year associate's degree at NOVA and then transfer to a 4-year degree where they will graduate with their bachelor's degree. The Pathway program is designed to add extra support for some seniors from January through June of their senior year and then into and through both their associate's degree and their bachelor's degree. Pathway applications will open on October 1st and will close on November 15th. There is more information about the Pathway application process in your senior packet. Some of the benefits of being in Pathway are direct access to a NOVA counselor who will work directly with Hayfield students. She will sponsor workshops and other events that will help guide you through spring semester of your senior year. Applying for and participating in the Pathway program does not bind you to attending NOVA. If in April of your senior year you decide that you would like to attend a 4-year college instead, you will simply notify your counselor in writing that you are choosing to go somewhere else, and that is the end of the program. Pathway students can also transfer to any 4-year college in the country. It does not have to be George Mason University. However, if you transfer to George Mason University, you will continue to have the resources of a Pathway counselor there on George Mason's campus just for you. Hayfield seniors who choose not to apply to Pathway or who are not accepted into the Pathway program will still have help with their NOVA process. These students will all become part of NOVA's program called GPS. Your GPS counselor will also assist you with picking classes and any other questions you have along the way through the registration and admission process. The GPS counselors usually start visiting Hayfield in the spring. If we are still virtual at that point, we will make sure to have virtual meetings with our GPS counselor in addition to our Pathway counselor. Paying for college. Almost every college and university in the United States is going to require the form called the FAFSA, Free Application for Federal Student Aid. You can find it at www.fafsa.gov. scholarship.fafsa.gov. This form will open up for the class of 2021 on October 1st of 2020. You can complete this FAFSA on that date or anytime after that date. Just make sure that you find out what your college's financial aid deadline is so you can submit it in time. In your packet, you'll find a list of the various financial documents you will need in order to complete it. On the next slide, we'll talk about how you can get help in completing this form. Some colleges may require an additional form called the CSS profile. This one is also completed on or after October 1st, and college deadlines may vary. Only certain colleges need this form, so if you go to the CSS Profiles website and look at the list of colleges and do not see any of your colleges listed, you can skip this one. There are 4 colleges in Virginia that require it: University of Virginia, William & Mary, University of Richmond, and Washington and Lee. How do you find scholarships? The first place all students should be checking for scholarships is Naviance Student. These are scholarships that Fairfax County Public Schools is aware of. They could be very local and only for Hayfield students. They could be for only our section of Fairfax. They could be for the entire DMV area, or they could even be nationwide or worldwide. So this is a great resource to start. After you have checked Naviance Student and you want additional options, we have in our Schoology Class of 2021 folder a list of other scholarship websites you may want to look at. In addition, make sure that you're talking to your colleges about how they award scholarships. Do you need to apply by a certain deadline? Is there a special scholarship form you must fill out? These are all things you should be able to research on your college's website, but you can always ask the admissions office for more details. Students who are on free or reduced lunch qualify for fee waivers. These allow you to do various parts of the college admissions process for free. If you need a fee waiver to take the SAT or the ACT, please email Mrs. Ferguson. If you need a college application fee waiver to apply to college, email your counselor. Need financial aid help? Hayfield offers free one-on-one assistance with filling out all of these financial aid forms. Our financial aid champion, Katrina Rousey, can be reached at khrousey@fcps.edu. She can set up an online appointment with you to help make sure that your forms are filled out correctly. She can also answer other financial aid questions as the year goes along. In addition, Hayfield and our neighboring high schools will host Financial Aid Night on October 6th at 7 p.m. This is a virtual event. You can get the link by registering online. You can either click on the registration link on the flyer in your senior packet, or you can go to collegeaccessfairfax.org/events and click on our event. You'll notice when you go to the RSVP page that you will see all of the options for financial aid nights in Fairfax County. If our program doesn't work for your schedule, you are more than welcome to attend any of the virtual financial aid nights at any of the Fairfax County Public Schools. You will need to pre-register in order to be sent the link. And students, remember, don't use your fcpsschools.edu email address, or you will not be able to get the link for the event. Spanish-speaking families should know that there will be a special session done completely in Spanish on Saturday morning, October 3rd at 9 a.m. Seniors should already be familiar with Naviance Student, our college and career planning software. But the only difference this year is how we access it. In previous years, you would have logged into Blackboard and used the Naviance logo there. This year, you're going to fcps.edu/Naviance. Once you get to the FCPS Naviance page, scroll down, click on Student Naviance Login, and type in your username and password that you use for all of your FCPS apps. Then click Login. That brings you to the home page. Many of you have used this in the past, so this will be a very quick orientation. However, remember that I have longer videos on my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Hayfield Career Center. Let's go to the college's homepage. On the college's homepage, under Find Your Fit, there are a few college match options. These would be helpful for students who are still looking for colleges that meet the criteria they are hoping to find in a university. Scattergrams will show you the different types of students from Hayfield who have applied in past years to a particular college and what their admission decision was. Now remember, this year, most colleges are test optional, which means that one of the axes on the graph is not going to exist for us. So do keep that in mind if you're looking at scattergrams for this year, because it will be a little bit different in the evaluation process. Under research colleges, another interesting tidbit is under enrichment programs. Enrichment programs not only lists summer programs, but it also lists one-day conferences or webinars or other things that might interest you relating to careers, to colleges, to all kinds of things. So I encourage you to check enrichment programs, as it is still being updated, even though many of these programs are not being held in person. One of the most popular parts of the college's homepage is the scholarship list. If you click on Scholarship List for the first time, the scholarship list will give you a little tour of what the new features are since the last time you logged in as a junior. Make sure the first thing you do is to click Hide Past Due Scholarships. We want to make sure that you're not looking at scholarships whose deadlines have already passed. So this will show you a list of scholarships. Notice that you can use keywords or categories to narrow this list down. The list will get very big and long from about November to March or April. So don't get discouraged if you're looking at the beginning of September and not seeing many options. These scholarship organizations know that right now your focus is probably on getting the school year started. So they'll advertise their scholarships once school is well underway. To learn more about a particular scholarship, you would click on the name of it, and that would give you all of the details, plus a link to either the PDF or Word document application, or a link to their website where you'll find the online application. In the Careers Home section, there are lots of options for exploring careers and trying to figure out what you might want to pursue once you graduate from Hayfield. If you still haven't done that Strengths Explorer, I highly recommend it. Strengths Explorer will let you know what your strengths are, and then will tell you what careers are related to those strengths. The videos in the Road Trip Nation interview archive are also really interesting. They interviewed almost 1,000 different leaders and talked to them about their career paths and how they found their specific career calling. In the About Me section, you can do everything from create a resume to, again, some of your assessments here, to little folders where you can keep colleges you're thinking about or careers and clusters you're thinking about. If you remember last year, when you were interested in a particular college, you would go to the colleges section and click on college visits. This year, because colleges won't be visiting us in person, we're going to be hosting virtual college visits with other Fairfax County Public Schools. So therefore, those lists will not be listed here on College Visits, but rather we will have a Google Doc that I will share with you in Schoology, and you will be able to see all of the colleges visiting and a link to their Zoom or other platform for our virtual meeting.
Thank you for watching the Class of 2021 Senior Presentation. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your counselor or any of the contacts listed in your packet. Also, we will be holding a virtual Hayfield Secondary Class of 2021 Town Hall on September 24th at 6 p.m. We ask parents and students to watch this video, if you have not already, prior to filling out the Town Hall survey, which is included in your packet. There will be more information in the coming weeks. Go Class of 2021, and remember, Hawk Pride.
Hey Hayfield, we got this. Even in the rain. See you soon.